Where my dogs at? What's going on, YouTube world? It's Cruiser Nation 3. Welcome to the Dawg Cage, baby. Let's get into this. Listen, we got to talk about it, man. Before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to my man, Quinn Ewers over there at Texas Longhorns. Steve Sarkisian had those boys ready to play. The Texas family, the Longhorns, always felt for a year that if Quinn Ewers don't get hurt last year, they beat Alabama. But Quinn Ewers get hurt, Alabama wins the game. After they drove down the score, Bryce Young put him in field goal range. They kicked the field goal to win last year, but it's been on Texas's mind all year. For a year they had to hear about it. They believe, Sarkisian believed that they can beat this team, and they went into Bryant-Denny Stadium and let the dogs out. Quinn Ewers played a brilliant game, man. Brilliant game. Steve Sarkisian was drawing up play after play after play. He got Alabama moving horizontally. He got them going right to left. He was hitting them with the screen passes, getting their big linebackers to run sideline to sideline. Alabama had no pass rush. They very big up front. They good against the run, but they had no pass rush whatsoever. And Steve Sarkisian took advantage of that defense and took the deep ball whenever they had a chance to take it. And Quinn Ewers connected. So we got a big shout out to the Texas Longhorns. Y'all deserve it. Big time win, big time bounce back. I did pick y'all to win. I knew you were going to Tuscaloosa and win that game for some reason. I just felt like it was time. It only makes it right. You're going to the SEC. The people in Texas think they back, and we will see. The season still moves on. That's one big win, and we move on. But the story is the Alabama Crimson Tide and the quarterback play and the line play of Jalen Miro and that big, sorry offensive line that they got back there. All I keep hearing is every lineman, they 350 or better. Across the board, NFL linemen ain't that big. Well, that's the problem. Because when it's time for your quarterback to drop back and pass the ball, they too big and slow. You done went and got this on Nick Saban. This fall on Nick Saban because he want to have the reins. He want to go back to the old Nick. And I don't want to challenge you because you're a Hall of Famer. One of the greatest minds that college football has ever seen. One of the greatest coaches ever. But as of right now, for you to come back after having Bryce Young, to come and get a running quarterback who cannot throw the football. It's a fact. We had Alabama fans in delusion. They knew it. But after that game, they were split on display. He's not a passer of the football. Is he a great athlete? Yes, he is. Can he use his leg? Yes, he can. But you are in the SEC. And in that league, in any league, the team with the best quarterback wins the game. Who can deliver the football. Not who can run around the best. Who can deliver the football on time. And Texas had the better coordinator. They had the better offense. They had a much tougher team up front in the trenches. And they got after y'all. And that quarterback should have been benched after throwing those 2 interceptions. We seen it enough. We seen it in training camp. We seen it the first game versus Middle Tennessee. And Nick Saban took responsibility after the game, as what great coaches do. And we got to amend you for that. But Nick, the great Saint Nick, you got a quarterback issue. And you're going to have a problem in the SEC this year unless you get that fixed. You need to find a quarterback that can deliver the goods. You got receivers, Burt. You got fast guys out there. You got the running game. But you cannot just depend on the running game with this vanilla play calling. The reason you vanilla, because you don't believe in the quarterback. You weren't doing none of this when you had Tua. You weren't doing none of this when you had Matt Jones. You weren't doing none of this when you had Bryce Young. You weren't doing none of this when you had A.J. McCarron. Now you get a quarterback you don't believe in. Now you want to run the ball and play stout defense. Your defense will begin to leak. That defense played good for 2.5 quarters. But eventually, if your offense ain't moving the ball, your defense will start to leak. they will start to lose focus. They ain't gonna say it to you, Nick, because they scared of it. But I'm gonna say it to you coming from a receiver. If your receiver believe they got a quarterback that can get them the ball, they will run better routes. Your line will start to block because they believe. And I don't want to even talk about the young kid because you put him out there. You recruited him. You recruited a 1990 Georgia Southern Nebraska Cornhusker quarterback. That's what you recruited to come play in the SEC. And you don't even run the read option. That's what he is. He's an option quarterback in a bad system. It don't fit him. You got to go with a quarterback who has the threat of throwing. Texas did not respect your passing game, and they peeled their ears back because this man is not good at speed reading defense. He don't understand coverages, and you know this. We know this. The whole world knows this. It ain't his fault. He a great athlete. But for your job and for your school, Alabama Crimson Tide need a quarterback who can deliver the goods. And McElroy delivered better than this. Come on now. Blake delivered better than this. Jalen Hurts delivered better than this. And maybe I heard people say, man, he's young. Listen, you had other quarterbacks who played their first year. Didn't look like this. Nick, it's not going to happen. And I done seen reports. I don't know if they real, but people already talking. That's how delusional people is. That St. Nick job can be on the line already because people know you went and recruited this kid. All the homework you do, all the scouting you do, all the watching quarterbacks, all watching running backs, all watching linebackers, cornerbacks. You watch it for 3-4 years all through their high school career when you recruit kids. And you ain't know. You got a quarterback over there in that room that can deliver. Because that's what you're going to need versus these teams. Or you will be going home. Now, this year, I don't think it's a death sentence for y'all Alabama fans. I don't think it's a death sentence. I believe it's going to be some 1 or 2 lost teams in that playoff run this year. Some teams going to lose some games. So you might have a chance. But boy, coming Monday, when y'all look at film, you better decide if you want to be a throwing, a balanced offense, or just lined up and can't throw the ball at all team, or you will have your season over with. And you will be playing in the Outback Bowl in Tampa this year and not in the college playoffs. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and make sure y'all hit the notification button so you'll be notified. Where my dogs at? Welcome to the Dawg Cage, baby.